Hello, my name is Vivian from Peach Unicorn Designs. Welcome to my Learn to Crochet video series. In this video I would like to talk you through how to do continuous rounds. Currently on my hook at the moment is a magic circle start with 6 single crochet stitches. So we're just going to count the V's. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 single crochets going around our magic circle. And if you can see our magic circle, I haven't actually pulled it to close completely, because what you will find is if you pull it too close at the end of stitching your first set of single crochet, then it'll become really tight and very hard for you to be able to get into your first and second single crochet around. So just leave it a little bit slack, and we can always pull it to close at the end of round 2. So what I thought the best way of explaining how to do a continuous round is to do a certain section of a pattern, which would help with explaining how patterns are written, and also to talk you through increases and decreasing and how we sort of shape our pattern as we're going along. So what we've got at the moment is the magic circle start and the single crochet 6, and we've pulled to close, and that's where we currently are. So this is in a separate video. This is video number 9, tells you how to do the magic circle start and how to do your first 6 single crochet. And we're going to start this video now on round 2, which says increase in next stitch. Do that 6 times, and that's going to give us a total of 12 stitches at the end of round 2. So an increase in the next stitch basically just means single crochet twice in each of the 6 stitches. So as I said, we haven't pulled that tight, so that we'll be able to get into this first stitch quite easily, hopefully. So we'll just stick our hook underneath and work our first single crochet, and then our second single crochet into the same stitch, and then we're going to move on to the next stitch and do 1 single crochet. And I'm just going to stop there, and I'm going to pop in my stitch marker, and I will talk about that in a bit more detail in a second. We're then going to go into the second stitch again to make our second single crochet. We're going to go into our third stitch and do 2 single crochet, and again for our 4th stitch around, and again for our 5th stitch. And there's one last stitch, and we're just going to do 2 single crochet, which is our increase. So we've increased in every of them stitches, and we know at the end of row 2. So what we do now is get our wool tail, and if we just tug really tight on that, that will then seal that magic circle down for us, so it makes it nice and tight. What we need to do is just quickly check our stitches just to make sure that we have exactly what it's wrote at the end of our pattern. So our pattern said to have 12 stitches. So we're quickly just going to count our V's around. So we start underneath this stitch marker, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that's exactly what our pattern said that we needed to have. So we're now good to move on to round 3. Before we move on to round 3, just have a quick word about this little guy here. This is my stitch marker. He is a very invaluable tool. You really do need to have him. He is a must-have when you're working in the rounds. Sometimes when you can have projects and you can go over 200 stitches in a round, and it doesn't matter how much concentration you have, it's very easy to miscount or to get interrupted. And at that point, if you don't have something to tell you where your first stitch was in that round, you're going to lose count throughout your project. You're going to lose count of where you are within your pattern, and it only takes one mistake when going in spirals, and the whole thing will just become misshapen, and your project won't be how it's supposed to look like at the end. So the best thing to do, and to make it a stress-free project, is to pop in a little stitch marker and your first stitch every time you do a new round, and you know up to that point that that stitch mark has been put in, you know that your work is correct. So at the end of each round you would then count all of your stitches around, make sure that the number of stitches matches the number at the end of the row on your pattern. If it doesn't, then just pop off your hook and pull the yarn back out as far as the stitch marker, because you know that was the last point you were right. Redo the round back round again, and count your stitches and make sure that you balance to your pattern. If it all balances up, then you're quite happy to move to the next round, but make sure that you mark your next first stitch of your new round. What I tend to do is I always stitch my first 3 stitches and then I count back 3 and pop in my stitch marker on my first stitch, and I do that as a habit, so I always know where I am within my pattern. But obviously work to however's best for yourself. You get your own little routine of what to do, but it is vital that you get one of these. If you don't want to get a stitch marker like this, then a safety pin will be fine, but you do need to be able to have something that just locks together, that can hold that first stitch for you. So that's the importance of that little guy. So if we can move on to round 3, and we just have a look at round 3, and it says single crochet in the next stitch and then increase in the next stitch, and you do that 6 times and we're going to get a total of 18 stitches. So single crochet, then increase. So we're just going to pop off our stitch marker and we're going to go single, and then the next stitch was increase. So increase, so 1, 2 single crochet in that one. Now that's my 3rd stitch in, so I'm just going to put my stitch marker into that, and then we're going to carry on. So the next one was a single and then an increase, so 2 into that one, 1, 2 single crochet, and then a single, and then an increase, and we're just going to keep on that row until the end, and then we can move on to round 4. So that's the end of round 3. So what we do now is just quickly count just to make sure we're right before we move to round 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 stitches. That's 18 stitches, and that's what we needed at the end of round 3. So now we need to move to round 4, and it says decrease 2 stitches together and single crochet in the next stitch, and we need to do that 6 times. So what we do next is we pop up our stitch marker and we're going to decrease the next 2 stitches, and how we do that is go into the first and hook up a loop, go into the second and pull through a loop, and yarn over and pull through all of them 3 loops in our hook. So that's 1 stitch, and then we go into a single, and then we have another decrease, so decrease 2 together, so pick up a loop, pick up a loop, yarn over and pull through. Now that is my 3rd stitch of this round, so I'm just going to pop in, count back 3, pop in my stitch marker, and then I'm going to carry on for the rest of this round. So that's a single, and then decrease 2 together, so just pull through a loop in each of them 2, and then pull through, yarn over and pull through the 3, single, decrease, and single, and decrease, single, decrease, and we finish on a single. So that is the end of round 4, and as you can see our pattern is shaping. Underneath our stitch marker 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 stitches, which is exactly what we have at the end of our pattern. So I hope that helps to explain how to do increases and decreases and how to work in continuous rounds. Thanks for watching.